morning. The real E-Leezy, we in the building. What's happening there? What's happening there? What's good, man? What's good with my people? Early bird, get the worm. What's happening? What's happening? We need to talk about these delusional ass Laker nation, man. Like from all angles. They don't have the top players in the league, in my opinion. They don't have the top coaching in the league. They don't have the top front office in the league. So if you have all those things, and they're the oldest team in the league, so if you have all those things working against you, how can you declare yourself a contender? Think about that. Let's marinate on it for a second. Alright, good. I'm glad you marinated on it. You have older players, and if LeBron, Hall of Famer, AD, top 75 player, supposedly, Dwight, Carmelo, Hall of Famer, Russell Westbrook, potential Hall of Famer, allegedly, I don't know, am I tripping? Turnover machine. Wow, man. If you have all of those type players and you're struggling right now already with the Malik Monk, who's actually playing pretty good in his role, what makes you think that Trevor Ariza, 37-year-old Trevor Ariza is the answer? I'll wait. Just let that marinate for a second. I just need people to be realistic. You can be a fan of any team, any player. Just be realistic when it comes to the upside and the success of that player or either that team, organization. That makes absolutely no sense. Trevor Ariza, who cannot create his own shot. He is not the same defender. By far. He's coming off of injuries within the last 3 or 4 seasons. He's been limited, you know what I'm saying, to playing a certain amount of games. And he's supposed to come in and put everybody in their right position and make sure that the defense is clicking on all cylinders. Mind you that even when he was with Kobe, he battled injuries. But they still managed to win shit with Trevor Ariza. And that's why Kobe say, Ariza, I don't know, we gotta go get somebody like Ron Artest, Meta World Peace, who can, you know, who's durable, who can sustain, you know what I'm saying, the grind of a long season, battle tested, and they ultimately made the trade. Now, mind you, at that time, I thought Trevor Ariza had a lot of upside and a lot of potential based on the way the Lakers roster was structured. But it was always that, man, is he durable enough, though? Is he durable enough? So that's that. So right now, the Lakers do not have an identity. They don't know what type of team they want to be. They jack up way too many threes. And they have way too many unexcused, uncharacteristic turnovers. So that means that they're trying too hard, they're pressing too hard, and they don't have a system. It's pretty much give the ball to Russ, let him use his athleticism, get the ball to AD, let him use his athleticism and his size, get the ball to LeBron, let him use his athleticism and his size, and then everybody else just sort of kind of fit in around what they're doing. from an offensive standpoint, because you know Frank Vogel has never been an offensive coach. Even in Indiana, their offense was still predicated on get a ball to George Hill, get a ball to Lance, get a ball to PG-13, Paul George, and let them create, which they did most of the time. And they would throw the ball into the post every so often to Roy Hibbert, get him some touches, and then throw the ball into David West, because David West was a back to the basket type player and a face-up player. So it worked out. You know what I'm saying? And then he was a good defensive coach. We knew that he was a good defensive coach. Indiana always had a pretty good defense. But then as he started to move to different teams, it kind of exposed his coaching style, because that type of coaching style don't work for every team. You got to be able to put a certain type of system in place. You have to have tremendous body movement. You have to have a lot of ball movement. And then you have to be able to exploit different mismatches on the court depending on certain personnel. So it didn't work in Orlando. You know what I'm saying? Went to SAC, didn't work in SAC. If I'm not mistaken. So now he's at the Lakers, where he got an exit first round. Didn't even make it to the playoffs first season. Second season came back, they had a little phony ass little bubble championship. The next season after that, they get bounced in the first round. And they looked really bad. So tell me how the Lakers are the best team with the best players. That's not really too much success. A fake ass bubble championship in which they allowed them to win that for Kobe. And a lot of players elected to opt out. Miami was injured. Miami could easily won the championship if they just wanted to, but they didn't show up that last game for whatever reason. I don't know why, but they got blown out of the water in the finals. Supposedly in the finals. You get blasted by 30, 40. That doesn't even make sense. It was like, let's get this over with. Let's crown LeBron, give him his 4th ring, 4th MVP, cement his legacy. Okay? So that was phony right there. It's too much phony shit that goes on with this guy. But then following season, coming off a chip, defending champions, get bounced by a young, inexperienced Phoenix team. And I say inexperienced because they only had one player with playoff experiences, and he didn't even make it. Never been to the Western Conference Finals, and that is Chris Paul. So now these Laker hopefuls, these Laker fans, think that they supposed to all of a sudden just hit the switch and turn it on. Mind you, they've already been battling injuries. Every game, LeBron is limping at some part throughout the game. AD limping at some part throughout the game. Players grimacing, trying to, gut it out. They just don't have a good team. Do they have good players? Yes, but you need more than good players. You need chemistry, camaraderie. You need everyone to be on the same page, and I don't think that in training camp that's what happened. AD got married in the off season, so his focus is somewhere trying to build, a family and set, his situation up on a personal aspect outside of basketball. So that was already one thing that kind of took away from his focus, like, you know what I'm saying? Then you had, the whole thing with LeBron James and Space Jam and his off the court, building his brand off the court, and, the movie productions, and, the endorsements, and all of that while trying to still be, a father and dedicating time to trying to, build Ronnie up and get him going. You feel me? So you have all these different things, right? Just think about this shit. You have all these different things. And you mean to tell me that their focus was on basketball? You know what Carmelo's doing with his wine podcast and everything off the court. And him facing, legal issues with in regards to his marriage. Then you got his son Cayenne, who's out there, growing up, trying to hoop and following his dad's footsteps and doing an amazing job. So he's invested in that. You don't really have anyone. Then Westbrook getting traded, trying to get settled back in LA, endorsements. You see him on different commercials now. Then he throws on a dress and now he's the talk of the town. So you have too many distractors right there already. None of that stuff I named was regarding basketball. So how do you expect a team with no chemistry, first season together, everybody on one-year deals, to come together in jail and say, we're going to win the championship because I have LeBron James and Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook and Carmelo Anthony, when none of those guys' focus was on basketball, building chemistry and camaraderie in the off-season. Coaching staff, I don't know what they were doing. They was coming into the season thinking that we got these players, we're going to let them play, they're going to figure it out. You still have to coach. You still have to hold players accountable. You still have to implement the system. You still have to demand that you get the best out of these players. Pure effort. You would think with all these different players, all of their basketball IQs, I don't really know all their levels of basketball IQ. We know what LeBron got, but outside of LeBron, I don't know where people's basketball IQ land. Having an understanding for how to play, how to attack. Where can we go to get buckets? How can we be more efficient? How can we turn it up when we need to turn it up? How can we be all in sync on defense? See, it's different factors that come along with winning, man, and it's sustaining a certain level of success. But everybody puts so much hope in LeBron James. They already talking about trading the whole damn team. But LeBron James is supposed to be this hellified ass motherfucker. I don't understand that part. How is LeBron supposed to be these type of goddamn players when every team that he goes to, even if they're winning, the coach somehow gets fired? Even if they're a first place team. Whether that be late into the season, in the middle of the season, or after the season, the coach has to go. The coach has to go. He's an uncoachable superstar, period, point blank. He's an uncoachable superstar. He's selfish. Everything is about him. He's cocky, he's arrogant, all of these different things. He's supposed to be the greatest basketball player with the greatest IQ. He builds his team. If you do all that, why can't you win with supposedly 4 to 5 Hall of Fame players on your team? In which you wanted it, in which he wanted it that way. LeBron asked for all this bullshit. This nigga asked for he handpicks all his players on every team he ever been on. He handpicks his coaches. But then he was in for a rude awakening when his ass got Ty Lue, though, because Ty Lue was like, nigga, okay, remember, I know you, nigga. I'm going to hold your ass accountable, nigga. You ain't just finna run me. And that shows because Ty Lue is a damn good coach. You know what I'm saying? Ty Lue knows what it takes to win. Even though, you know what I'm saying, they're struggling this season, but they're still better than the Lakers with no Kawhi and no Hall of Fame players outside of Paul George, potentially. And they're still better than the Lakers. No Ibaka. Ibaka been hurt. Marcus Morris been hurt. And they're still better than the Lakers. motherfuckers need to keep it 100, man. There's too many of these capping ass niggas out here. And a lot of these motherfuckers, I'm gonna keep it 100. A lot of these motherfuckers are new age Laker fans. Cause you can't tell me you an old school Laker fan. You can't tell me you an old school Laker fan and really think that the Lakers are really that good. And that they're finna turn their whole season around. Think about it. You cannot say you an old school. A lot of these niggas was born in 97, 98. When Kobe first came into the league. They don't know nothing about hoop. Nothing about real basketball. This watered down ass NBA league that we living in. Nigga can't touch a nigga. Niggas was shooting 100 free throws a game last year. Now all of a sudden they trying to change it up. You cannot tell me. That's the shit that I be talking about. These phony ass Laker fans. There's too many Brian sexuals, man. These niggas on LeBron nuts. That nigga ain't that good, in my opinion. I'm just calling it what it is. He's not that good. So, if you get mad at that, then that's on you. You feel me? But y'all niggas gonna have to figure something else out. AD not the answer. I'm telling you that. You can't build no team around AD. Huh? Like, you feel me? That nigga career is on a decline. He don't have no. He already reached his peak. He don't have no another level he can get to. We seen the best of AD in New Orleans in that first year of the Lakers. Now he's finna turn into an injury-prone big who's trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, where he can be dominant at. He wants to shoot too many motherfucking jumpers. When he's 7 feet, all he gotta do is put a motherfucker in the post with his skill set. Easy, simple. But nah, he don't want to do that. Let me shoot jumpers, let me shoot threes, let me shoot them damn floaters. Because he's a guard in his mind. He's a guard. You know what I'm saying? Remember, he played point guard all throughout high school until he had that growth spurt going into his freshman year at Kentucky, our senior year in high school. So he took the guard skills and, you know, John Calipari had to try to turn him into a big man just because of his size and athleticism. But Trevor Ariza ain't the key. If anything, they need to try to trade motherfuckers and get younger, more athletic on that wing position, period. I see Carmelo as a good trade piece. I don't know if teams don't want to fuck with Russ because he's wild and out of control and he's selfish. But, I mean, you could add Russ and leak him up just from the way he's playing. Other than that, no, they don't have any other tradable, you know what I'm saying, pieces, in my opinion. So, it's going to be real difficult. But Melo might be their only trading pieces. And I want Melo to get up off the Lake Show. Melo need to go to a team who's contending right now. Straight up. I can see Melo in like a Phoenix role. You know what I'm saying? Even though they got Jay Crowder, but I mean, I think Melo a little bit more way more efficient than Jay Crowder. More consistent. Shit, hell. Melo would fit in a whole bunch of different, you know what I'm saying, playoff contenders systems. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't gonna get nowhere fucking with LeBron and Russ and AD. Niggas is playing for numbers at this point. That's it. Motherfuckers ain't playing to win no championships because they know that the grind is way too hard to try to win championships. You got too many teams that's out here hungry, younger, you know what I'm saying, physical, and they going after it. They're active in free agency and the trade deadline. You know what I'm saying? They're active because they want to win. The Lakers don't want to win. You know what I'm saying? They reached their ceiling. There's nowhere else for them to go. What else can they accomplish right now? Tell me what else they can accomplish. As far as a legacy is concerned, that's the only thing that really that they are playing for is legacy. LeBron is content on his 4 rings, 4 MVPs, 4 Finals MVPs. He's already in his mind think that he's surpassed everybody just because of his off-court success. You know what I'm saying? He's about to be the first billionaire that's playing still in the NBA. a billionaire in any sport, still playing. Think about that. What else does he have left to prove? Already passed Kobe in scoring. Who give a fuck? As long as he passed Kobe and Jordan, he's like, nigga, I'm the best. Niggas is phony, man. Niggas need to understand this shit about here, man. Y'all niggas don't be realistic. Niggas don't be being realistic when it comes to this Laker and this LeBron shit, man. I'm telling you. Y'all motherfuckers is a straight train wreck. Straight train wreck. Nigga don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. Straight up. Them niggas just show up to the game every day. Them niggas just playing. You can listen to it in the post-game interviews. The coaches don't know what the fuck going on. They don't know what the hell they talking about. The players don't know what the fuck going on. They don't know what they talking about. All the players and shit at the end of all ball games losing or, you know what I'm saying, in a tight ball game with a team they should be blowing by 50. Them niggas out there smiling and joking and shit. Them niggas ain't concerned about this shit, man. Them niggas is living in LA. They fucking all the hoes. Them niggas going to all the motherfucking parties. You feel me? Them niggas is living lavish right now. Them niggas living real good. You think them niggas concerned about basketball? Come on, man. If they was concerned about basketball, they wouldn't be motherfucking 10 and 11 or 11 and 10 or whatever the fuck they motherfucking record is. That's terrible. They've been losing to non-playoff teams like crazy. They record against non-playoff teams is crazy. Them motherfuckers are terrible. Because they not invested, man, in this grind of this long-ass season. And as the season goes on, the body's only going to start getting even more tired. LeBron body already breaking down. This nigga ain't flying to the rack every motherfucking 30 motherfucking seconds, dunking over people, acrobatic layups. He's showing flashes of it, like it's still there. But on the flip side, LeBron would rather shoot a jump shot than to put a nigga in the blender. Period. He's taking more threes than we ever seen him take. He took motherfucking 13 or 14 threes in one game. 3 for 15 or something crazy, 2 for 13. I was like, damn. That just shows you right there he's dealing with those injuries, groin, ankle, abdominal, whatever else you want to call it. Poked in the eye. And then the nigga's so butthurt, he getting motherfucking fans tossed out of arenas left and right. Niggas snitching on motherfuckers. Motherfuckers been calling you punk ass bitches, heckling you, saying all type of shit. Him and Westbrook have got the most fans tossed out of arenas than I can remember. And we know back in the 80s, those racist ass fans in the Boston Garden and all the motherfucking stadiums, you know what I'm saying, Utah, yeah, they get at you. Indiana, they get at you. These motherfuckers get at you, bro. They don't give a fuck. They don't say whatever because they pay so much money for them courtside seats. They like, motherfucker, we got money too. We can say whatever the fuck we want to. You feel me? But players didn't trip. Players just kept playing. Players that check a motherfucker like, I'll beat your motherfucking ass, nigga. And they'll keep that shit pushing. But LeBron, you say anything, you know what I'm saying, hurt that nigga feelings. That nigga crybaby. That boy, he ready to motherfucking to get your whole motherfucking, get you indicted and shit on motherfucking abuse charges and all type of shit. You feel me? J-Cats, man. These are our greatest players in the world, though. Motherfucker police, playing with a police badge on. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Come on, man. When you come up into this motherfucker, make sure you like, share, subscribe, man. Because you know I'm going to keep it 100 raw, uncut, real. Nigga, they don't call me the real E-Leezy for nothing. So, make sure y'all have a blessed day, man. Be great at whatever you're doing. You feel me? Put the work in. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to check back later on. Yes, sir.